So I am first and foremost a mom and a wife. So I have two beautiful girls. I'm in my mid 40s, and I have um, had a long-term corporate career up until about 4 or 5 years ago, where I was traveling a lot, attending a lot of functions, events, dinners, hosting people constantly. Behind a computer all day, eating out all the
So basically, you were saying that over these when you were in a corporate, you said that you started hosting an events, and you mentioned from there some like weight gain and stuff. So
yeah, eating out all the time, not necessarily watching what I'm eating, a lot of wine,
Mhm.
and sitting and being behind a computer all the time. I put on a good 30, 40 pounds, which I hadn't even put on that kind of weight when I had my kids.
Mhm.
So yeah, just over time, just packed on the pounds.
And so before you started working with me, how were you feeling about your body and your physical capabilities? What was your fitness and health situation like?
Yeah, I prior to having kids, I was super super fit and
Because you had
whatnot,
a
and then
trainer in a past, right?
I had a trainer,
Yeah.
yeah, and I loved it, and I was in decent shape then. But then over time, I stopped training, and like I said, with everything that I was doing with work, I felt sluggish. I definitely didn't feel great in my clothes.
Mhm.
Um, Tired all the time. Um, so definitely not in a good state, and just not really finding time to work out.
Mhm.
Just was a perpetual situation.
And you started first because I was teaching classes at this park. That was still during COVID, right?
Yeah,
That's
so
how you
that was
started
during
first.
COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what specific challenges, pain, or limitations were you dealing with that made you realize you really need that one-on-one professional help?
Yeah, I am. I was struggling a lot with my back. I had shoulder issues, obviously from working on a computer. My back was constantly sore. My hips were sore. Um, and just overall, I didn't feel that I was physically able to keep up with everything going on in my day. So I knew something needed to change for sure.
Yeah. So, and obviously you stick with me for, now quite probably 4 years, right?
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
think
been
it's four,
four
4.5.
years. Uh,
Mhm.
what did you learn, or what breakthrough did you have working with me that was different from other approaches you tried?
Yeah, I think I've tried other. I mean, dieting just doesn't work for me.
Mhm.
I'm not good at meal planning. I'm not good at counting calories and things like that. So, changing what I was eating wasn't necessarily helping me at all. Even though
Mhm.
I do eat fairly healthily
Yeah.
in general, I just wasn't, focusing on how many calories and versus what I was doing.
Mhm.
So what I found was working out with you and the weight training and the changes that were almost um, quicker than anything else I'd tried. I immediately started feeling stronger. I started seeing my legs change shape, my arms change shape. I could feel my clothes feeling differently. And it
Mhm.
was in a shorter period of time than anything else that I had tried before.
Good. And what specific results have you experienced?
Yeah. Well, just from an overall pain perspective, I have little things that come up every now and then, but I for years had constant back pain, and
Mhm.
I haven't had that. I feel like I can, lift things more easily. I can, when I'm carrying things up and down the stairs, I'm not worried that I'm going to hurt myself because I physically feel stronger to be able to do
Mhm.
those things. And like you said, weight loss, I'm down almost 40 pounds,
Yeah.
which is amazing. And I'm not struggling, it fluctuates a little bit here and there depending on the day, but I'm not constantly having to worry about putting on weight or losing weight. I feel like I'm in a good zone right now where it's consistent.
Right, right. And what I was going to ask you too is you mentioned that your back pain has gone away. That's a really important thing. Could you tell us also what we're actually doing that it's in most cases people believe it's contradictory because when you have the back pain, people say or doctors say you shouldn't be lifting heavy or you shouldn't be doing certain movements. What
Mm.
is my base of training mostly?
Well, I think just, I mean, what you're always good at is if I say, "Oh, I'm
Yeah.
uncomfortable with this exercise," or "That doesn't feel quite right," you make a change and you modify it so that I can still complete the exercise without having any discomfort. If it is, if I've maybe slept funny the night before and
Yeah.
I am a little bit out of whack, you always have something that will help me be able to complete the exercise or modify the exercise and still be able to achieve the results. And I think just the overall strength that I've gained through the weight
Right.
training and the way that you do change the program based on, if I've had to miss a few sessions or
Hmm.
make up some sessions, you do modify the difficulty of it so that I can actually do it and still see the result.
Awesome. Uh, My next question would be, how has getting stronger and pain-free impacted other areas of your life beyond just the physical improvements?
Yeah, I think I mentioned earlier, obviously having the two little kids and having to, keep up with their energy level. I think the impact of the training has not only made me physically stronger, but also given me the endurance to make it through
Right.
all of the crazy long days where it is physically, taxing.
Hmm.
5 years ago, I don't think I would have been able to do it.
Yeah, love it. What would you say to someone who is considering working with me, but is worried about common objections, time, cost, investment, or maybe even fear of getting injured
Mm.
due to the back problems?
Well, I think everybody is really different in what they think and how they feel about going from doing nothing to doing something. I would just say, start slowly and trust the process. I'm in mid 40s and I started doing this with, when I was sort of 39 was when I started with you.
Yeah, yeah.
And, most people would say, well, I'm too old to now start doing
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
Um, And yeah, I did have that same thought, but I thought, well, what have I got to lose? I don't feel good. So, give it a go and see what happens. And I know in the beginning, I think I was supposed to start with you one on one in January. And January is always
Yeah.
difficult because it's January. And we pushed it. I think we only ended up starting in mid-February or so on. And
Yes.
that time, that was me mentally convincing myself that, yeah, this is a good idea and this is going to make a difference. And it truly has. 6 weeks in, I knew that I needed to make the time, which is one of my biggest challenges is
Yes.
time. But I like the consistency of knowing I'm coming to you on these days. And as much as I can, I stick to those times.
And if I may add, with you coming just basically 2 times a week on
Mhm.
average, you had some amazing results. So you did put a really, really effort and time into this, and obviously paid off.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, I would love to do 4, 5 times a
Yeah.
week if I could, but time just doesn't
Yeah.
allow. So given that I've
Yeah.
been able to get the results that I've got with the
Yeah.
small amount of time that I have, it's well worth it.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I have just one last question for you. If you had to describe in one sentence what working with me has meant for your life, what would you say?
Oh, you're gonna make me cry. Um, I truly believe that it's changed my life. You have been very strong, and I love the simplicity of some of our workouts and the conversation that we have. Um, you have really helped me get my life back on track. So I'm thankful.
Well, thank you as well. As you mentioned, we had also besides hard work, we have great conversations, and I truly enjoy. I am always excited to hear your stories as a travel agent, and you're traveling, and I live my life through you a little bit like that. So, and so I obviously thank you for the opportunity that you have given me, and I'm so proud of you with the results that you accomplish, and I'm excited for you to see what else you can do.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I enjoy our sessions.
Me too. Me too. Well, thank you again, and I'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon.
All right.
Thanks, Ron.
Bye.
Bye.